A few things that we've done, updated on the planner to be able to keep track of the different fertilizers that we're putting on, and being able to make sure that we're putting the right rates on. We've switched the entire John Deere planner over to full ag leader system as far as the seed modules and all of our fertilizer being run through the ag leader system. So you can see our different modules that we put on the front of the planner here that's controlling the rest of the planner. We have our 2x2x2 system here that's being done by our hydraulic pump that we've got. And then also we have control over the 16 rows of being able to split the planner in 8 and 8 as the planner is split. That way we're not putting any extra fertilizer out there on the system. We also have an electric pump here on the other side of here. We've got the same type of manifold system over here that we've got for our in-furrow for the corn plant to be able to get a little bit of extra pop-up here. We've got our different hoses that come here that is intertwined with all of our, that's connected with all of our tanks for our 2x2x2. And then on top here, we also have our in-furrow tank here. Along with the ag leader system that we put in, that's able to map and be able to control the different gallon per acre that we're putting on for our fertilizer. We also installed the John Blue Visagauge Bluetooth onto the planter here. So we've got our in-furrow here for these 8 rows. We've also got our gauges for the 2x2x2 system. These have a computer module on the back side that will tell into the cab Bluetooth off the iPad, being able to make sure that each row is putting on the correct amount that we're wanting to do, and make sure that there still continues to be flow back there to the seed. We also have the Bluetooth iPad here. As everything comes in, you can be able to see each row in each module that is back there, to where that will give us a beep to make sure that we're still getting the correct amount of flow onto each row as well. So on the back of the planter here, where we've got our different fertilizers coming in, you can see our black line that's coming in. This is our 28% or 2x2x2. That's coming down here through the Bandit system that we installed here of Yield 360, to where we can get that put 2 inches from the seed and 2 inches there into the ground. And then we also have our in-furrow that we talked about, which is a 6-28-6 mix with some different biologicals and some ProStart on there. And that is coming out this blue nozzle here, and that's giving us a little bit of a pop-up on our seed for when it's first germinating to give it a little bit of a kick. So in-furrow, we're putting right around 3 gallons, 3.7 gallons of in-furrow liquid on per acre. A little bit low on the rate, but we're also putting the biologicals in the 620 in the starter fertilizer in that. And then for our setup, we're running right at 13 gallons of the 28 for the 2x2x2 system. So the real reason we did the update to the planter was last year, the planter when we had got it had a bunch of squeeze pumps on it. And we know that the squeeze pumps aren't always that dependable, making sure that we're putting the right amounts on. And we had some orifice issues, and if we have something in the line, we didn't have a computer or anything to be able to check us row by row. So when we put the everything through the ag leader, we can be able to change those rates and be able to do some prescriptions along with the John Blue system and the iPad. That allows us to be able to make sure that we're still getting flow and the same amount of flow to each one of those rows to make sure that we're putting the right fertilizer on. Last year we could see where we had some rows that were blocked. You could see it as we were combining corn, just exactly right to the row of our ear size. And last year, with it being so dry, that was the main thing that we wanted to do this year, was make sure that we were getting everything even as what we could along there, to make sure that when we have dry years or good years, that we've got a consistency all the way through the entire field.